I thought I would take just a moment to address some of the information that has come out over this week on social media and some emails and other conversations that I've had about a staff learning session that occurred on August 10. I want to be clear that it has been reliably reported to me by several staff members that the speaker did not say the quote that has been attributed to that speaker on social media. However, given that there still seems to be some level of disagreement about what was actually said, I, as the superintendent of schools, will be looking into this matter further and will do my best to get a sense of what staff members feel that they heard. I firmly believe that our staff members are trained professionals dedicated to doing what is best for kids. Being new to the Lincoln Public Schools, this is an opportunity for me to review our practices when choosing presenters. If we're going to be true to our mission of all means all, we may need to consider our speakers through a wider lens over time. There is always room for us, however, to do better. In the meantime, I want to state unequivocally where LPS stands. And as you can tell this evening, I've got some board members that are standing behind me to emphasize this point where unequivocally LPS stands. We are legally and morally obligated to provide appropriate training to our staff to ensure that all of our students have access to programs and activities free from harassment, bullying, and exclusion. We will continue to pursue those training opportunities for our staff so they may help our students succeed. The Lincoln Public Schools do not condone, support, or promote sexual activity among our students. However, we are also parents, all of us, and we don't want anyone's children engaging in risky or inappropriate behaviors. Therefore, we do our best to ensure that any content for our students, and in this case for our staff, will be appropriate and in line with our policies and with our curriculum. If we find that an invited speaker is not in line with those policies and practices, they will not be invited back. We believe that school members must recognize the importance of the parent and child relationship and the right of the parent to make decisions for their minor children. Parents do know what's best for their children, and our strongest desire is to partner with parents and guardians of students to provide their children with the best and most appropriate educational opportunities.
Any questions for Dr. Gausman or any of the board members?
It's my understanding that district officials met with the speaker and previewed his presentation. Is that true, and who was there?
Yeah, that is correct, and our staff did so. And I have to be honest with you, Zach, and tell you I don't know the answer, the specific answer to your questions. Some of this was done before I arrived, which is why I'm pledging to the community that I will be a part of investigating this even further. To make certain I know the answers to those questions and what was there. I know we even had board members who were present at a luncheon that involved this speaker where they did not have reservations with the message that was given, but those same members may not have been present at this specific training that was brought up. And so I will be certain to be thorough in my follow-through and to stay focused on the needs of our students, all of our students in our community.
And I guess on the student side of things, do you have any comments on the tweets from the GOP last week with the LGBTQA books in schools? Are those books in LPS or?
I can't speak to just the broad category of social media posts or Twitter because I don't know. I am aware of a concern that was put on social media about a text or a book that was supposedly in our inventory, and it's not in our inventory, the one that I studied, but I don't want to be wrong, even in error with you by indicating that none of those resources are there, because I haven't had a chance to personally investigate all of those. But at this time, the one that I'm aware of was a complaint that a book existed in our inventory, and it's not in our inventory.
You know, other critics pointed out that the speaker brought up things like saying that if kids weren't called the pronouns, their preferred pronouns, that would be harassment, that the speaker had worked for Planned Parenthood and promoted puberty blockers. is there any merit to those things, or those things that you're looking into?
Those will be things that we'll certainly look into. I'm not aware of either of those items that the absence of pronouns is a version of harassment, I think is what you articulated there. I don't recall anyone reporting that to me until you just did right now. What work this speaker has done for other groups outside of the Lincoln Public Schools, I'm not aware.